The Spanish Fork and Salem Area Chamber of Commerce is pleased to present Chamber Today. Here we discuss the who's, what's, and where's of our local business community. Welcome to Chamber Today with your host, Aaron Stern.
Coming up on Chamber Today, Heather Youd and Kari Malkovich will share what the Chamber of Commerce is and does for our community. And with an update from the city's Economic Development Office, Dave Anderson will be with us. Also, we will feature a Platinum Business member, Brad Tanner, an owner of Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Stay with us for some great business conversation. We'll be right back. Welcome to our first episode of Chamber Today. I'm Aaron Stern, a local business owner and also a member of the board of the directors for the Spanish Fork and Salem Area Chamber of Commerce. For a few years, this program has been talked about, and today it becomes a reality. And to help you understand what the Chamber is all about, let's welcome our first guests. We have with us Heather Youd, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, and Kari Malkovich, who is the 2019 President of the Chamber. Kari and Heather, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks. Thank you.
Kari, can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Chamber and what you do?
Yes. Well, the Chamber was formed in 1970, nearly 50 years ago.
Wow.
The business community has been serving the residents of the Spanish Fork area for that long. And what a great partnership it has been. One of the things that we do, our mission of the Chamber is to promote a vibrant local economy, to produce collaborative business partners, and to serve as a voice of business in enhancing the Spanish Fork Salem area. So to promote, to produce, and to serve.
That's great.
And that's what everything we do falls under that mission. Whether we're participating in a active event with the city or we're promoting local businesses. Many of you who are watching today have probably seen past episodes of our Business of the Month or ribbon cuttings for new businesses. We currently have over 260 businesses that are members of our chamber. Now, in keeping those 260 businesses organized, we have an executive board consisting of myself as president, a president-elect, a past president, and then 14 members of a board of directors, which you are a part of.
Correct,
that.
Yeah.
And then we also have 5 representatives who are non-voting members that represent the cities, the school district, and other organizations. So you're in good hands.
I hope so. Thank you. And Heather, tell us a bit about the Chamber and the involvement that you have in the community.
So the Chamber, I think, is a vital part of the community. I think we do a lot of events. We don't only promote local businesses, but we help support the community as well in our efforts to promote those businesses. So as an example of a few things that people may not realize that the Chamber does, we hold the city Easter egg hunt every year. So it's down at the sports park. We have thousands of kids that come. This is a Chamber event, so we're great partners with the city, but this is something that we do. We also have the Winter Lights Parade, so that's a Chamber event as well. We have lots of different events that we hold throughout the year that we really want to try and help businesses promote themselves through these events. So that's kind of a way that it's a win-win for both business community and the Chamber.
Great. Yeah, that Easter egg hunt, I was down there as well, and there's a lot of kids there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets a little crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. And it's great to see so many people that come year after year. How many years has it been now?
Wow. Longer than
time.
I've been doing it. Yeah, so I think probably since at least 2008 or 9 that it's been happening, that it's been part of the Chamber's responsibilities to do it.
I know it's become a big tradition for a lot of people here in Spanish Fork to go to that every year.
Yeah.
That's been great. So if you want to be involved in the community Chamber, tell us how you get involved with the Chamber.
As a business, you can just call us. So we have an office number. We have an office set up downtown. We have a website. It's SpanishForkChamber.com. You can call us 801-798-8352 and just be involved. The best way to promote your business is actually to come to Chamber events. So I don't think a lot of people realize that you have to basically put into it what you want to get out of it. If you're involved, you'll see some great benefits to your business.
Yeah.
So
that's right. Yeah, and I know I've seen those as well, being a member of the local business community. One thing that's great is the new networking lunches. And you don't have to be even a member to come to those, right? Yeah.
No, so anyone can come to those. We try and have speakers that would be beneficial to small business, large business, you know, a group as a whole, as a community. We've had Woodbury Development come and speak to us just about any type of developments that they are going to have coming, some training things, how to market your business. So it just depends on what you're looking for, but we hold those once a month, every third Wednesday we hold those. Anyone's welcome to come. You do get a discount if you are a chamber member, but we provide lunch and you can get to know quite a few people, and it's a great way to promote your business.
Okay, great. And can you tell us a little bit, Kari, about the different levels of membership that you have?
So we have membership levels for the at-home. We have some of our members have an at-home business as well as large corporations. So there's the basic membership. We have a bronze, silver, gold, platinum membership. Each one builds upon the other on what types of things you have.
Okay.
We also have one that goes up to a community partner.
Oh, wow.
So we hope that we have filled every need of the business community here in town, that they can feel the return on their investment in providing services to the local community, but also to the business community, building upon that. Most of the residents here probably received this magazine in the mail earlier in the year. This gives the opportunity for residents to see the events that the Chamber has coming up, to see which businesses are actually Chamber members. We hope that the local community will look in there and support the businesses that also support them in events.
And you can also purchase advertising space in that magazine as well, correct?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
It's a great way to get your name out.
It is.
Cool.
And for businesses in our area, we have a lot of people who come in from out of the area for some of the larger events. You know, whether it's the Fiesta Days activities, things at the rodeo, the high school level. Lots of the out-of-town people come in and they want to know which businesses are Chamber members. And a lot of times they'll look on our website to find out. And so it's a good way for local business to be highlighted and for people to come back year after year to have that ice cream or to do whatever they see is fun, that Spanish Fork in Salem.
That's great. Thank you so much, Kari and Heather, for being here with us. It's been a great discussion. I'm sure we'll see more of you on the show.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Coming up next on Chamber Today, we'll talk with the Community Development Director from the city. Stay with us. Welcome back to Chamber Today. It seems that everywhere we look, we see a new business, a new residential development, all kinds of growth. To help us get a handle on this growth, welcome Dave Anderson, the Community Development Director for Spanish Fork City. Thanks for joining us today, Dave.
Aaron, thank you. Happy to be here.
You know, as I walk around the community and people know that I'm involved in the Chamber and have a local business here, people are always asking me, hey, what's coming next? What's coming to North Park? What's coming to Canyon Creek? Can you give us some insight?
Boy, we get those same questions all the time, and I wish I had more exciting answers to give. But I guess the timing's good. We are really excited right now that Lowe's is getting ready to break ground any day on what's going to be a really big store for them, and I think a great addition to the community. They anticipate being open sometime around the middle of November, so a couple of weeks hopefully before Black Friday. And that's going to be kind of the third leg of a really important type of store that we'll have in the community then with Walmart and Costco and Lowe's. We hope that brings other retailers as well to Spanish Fork. Harbor Freight is under construction. They're just next to Costco. Had a lot of people ask what is going to occupy that building there.
When do they anticipate opening?
I understand that it's August or September.
Oh, wow,
for
that's
them.
fast.
So yeah, they're moving quickly.
That's great.
And maybe next month we could touch base about a couple of restaurants that we hope are under construction here pretty soon. I don't want to jump the gun necessarily by talking about who they are and where they'll be. But there are a lot of really exciting things happening in the Canyon Creek area. Another thing that folks will start to see happen out near we call it the Small Mart 2550 East and Canyon Road over there. The neighborhood Walmart, the developer of the property next door is going to be starting to put some infrastructure in that project.
Exciting.
Which we think will lead to maybe some construction even this year of some additional retail space, kind of in, that somewhat undeveloped part of the community still. So that's a big deal for us, and we're really excited that downtown we continue to see pretty low vacancy rates and exciting things happening there. I really appreciate the city council's commitment to that area. They purchased some land for additional parking here this past year. We're in the process of finalizing another land purchase for additional public parking downtown.
Great.
Doing some things like adding signage and different things to help with wayfinding, and just to make that a more inviting, attractive area for commerce in the community. So there's just a few of the things that come to mind relative to things that are happening in Spanish Fork here in the next month or so.
That's great. Give us some insight into how the process works and how a business decides to come to Spanish Fork and what the city does to facilitate that.
Particularly speaking of retail, I think a lot of times communities are understood better by retailers than we expect that we are. They do a lot of research. They understand what our makeup is in terms of things like household income, our age, even things like occupation. They pay a lot of attention to how much discretionary income households have. So a lot of it really boils down to just the numbers and who we are as a community. But we're really fortunate in Spanish Fork that the retailers that we work with oftentimes are looking well beyond the city boundaries to a much, much larger trade area. I think most of us that understand Spanish Fork realize that we really are today, and I think we continue to become more and more all the time, a center for regional commerce.
That's true.
Where there are customers coming to patronize our local businesses from Emery County, Carbon County, Juab County, and even I think well beyond. And I think retailers continue to understand that better and better as existing businesses experience, really the kind of volume that they can generate relative to the area that they serve and that customer base. So that, from a numbers perspective, I think increasingly gets taken into account by whether it's a restaurant or a discount retailer, whatever the case might be. They pay a lot of attention to those numbers, and we fare very well as a community in that respect.
What do you do if you're a resident and you want a particular restaurant or store to come here? Is there anything as a resident of Spanish Fork you can do?
Boy, I wish there was a magic bullet or something that we could maybe get behind as a community to really try to go out and lobby for or to attract. I know some other communities have done that type of a thing. Some groups of elected officials have made strong pushes. We could talk about maybe some of the popular names that communities have sought after to try to bring to a particular city. And honestly, I think the best thing that we can do is to patronize our local businesses so that their sales are strong, so that they're healthy. I think that really paints the right kind of picture relative to how we're viewed as a community for commerce by the outside world and by any retailers that might not be in the community today, but that we might want to see in the future. Beyond that, frankly, I don't think there's a lot that we can do. But fortunately, one thing that I've seen over the course of the last 10 years really is that Spanish Fork City is on the radar screens for a lot of retailers. In fact, if anything, we're kind of a victim today of not having maybe as many spaces for restaurants, or even in some cases some pretty good sized retailers. And sometimes, frankly, that's frustrating to know that folks want to be in the community, but that we can't help them find a place in Spanish Fork.
That'll come, though, with the growth.
I think absolutely. Yeah, and there's a certain evolution that happens as well. We can look at sites, for example, like the Old Vasa. 8th East, 8th North, right there. That's a property that we know will be adapted somehow for new uses. And with that, there are new opportunities created. Somehow, I call it the Kmart building, right?
Right.
I think that's how the community recognizes it. That's owned by some folks on the East Coast, and they have become more motivated here in recent months to do something different with that property.
Right.
And with that, there will be new opportunities created for retailers in Spanish Fork that before haven't had a presence in the community.
Okay.
Shopco building as well, maybe just to go on. It's kind of the same there. So that evolution, I think, will help to maybe create some of those openings that we've missed in the past.
Great. So to pretty much summarize, if you want more restaurants to come, solicit the ones that we have now, solicit them on a regular basis. Other restaurants will see that, and they will come.
I think there's nothing better that we can do. Yes.
Okay, great. Hey, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of you on our show. I really thank you for coming. It's been a great discussion.
Aaron, thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks.
Next, we'll focus on local businesses that really get involved in the community. That's coming right up on Chamber Today. Every month, we would like to spotlight a member or business of our chamber that really makes Spanish Fork home. Today, we'll focus on our friends at Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Welcome, Brad Tanner, one of the owners in this family business. Thanks for being part of our first program, Brad.
Oh, you bet, Aaron. Appreciate the opportunity.
It's great. So tell us a little bit about Triple T and the story behind it.
Oh, wow. So we're celebrating our 45th year of business this year, Aaron. My parents started the company, Vern and Diane Tanner, here in Spanish Fork. Since then, I've got two other brothers and two sisters, and we've all been working in the business over the last 45 years.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's been a great opportunity to work with the family and grow the business.
Okay. What are some of the current projects you might be able to tell us about here in the community?
Yeah, so maybe one of the neatest things we're doing locally here is we're doing the new Hampton Hotel.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, nice 4-story hotel. It's going to be a nice asset for the community.
Okay, that's awesome. What about some past projects of note? What are some of the things you've done that people may recognize?
Our company's kind of, the foundation of it has actually been doing a lot of LDS churches.
Okay.
So over 45 years, we've probably done over 100 LDS churches. We're doing 3 of them right now, 2 in St. George and 1 in Elk Ridge.
Okay.
So that's probably maybe a more important part of our business. We also focus in service and replacement of HVAC and plumbing equipment is another focus. We opened a branch in St. George in 2013.
Okay.
We've got 10 folks down there working and 30 staff here in Spanish Fork.
Okay. So St. George also does full service plumbing and HVAC?
Actually, they've not added plumbing to their division yet.
Okay.
So HVAC.
Okay. That's great. With all the growth down there, it's got to be crazy for you guys.
It really is. Yeah. Of course, the temperatures and stuff makes it a challenge when you're up working in Matic in the middle of summer. So.
Sure, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how Triple T has been involved with the chamber over the years.
Yeah, we've been involved, probably starting with Easter egg hunt sponsorships and the trick or treat thing on Main Street. That I've got involved personally with the chamber over the years in being on the board and different positions. I tell people that's moving into town with a new business, one of the first things they can do with their marketing dollars is join the chamber. I can't think of a better return on your investment than getting involved with the chamber, coming to the ribbon cuttings and the business of the month and those kind of activities. And if you got the extra time to get involved with the committee, that's when you really build some great relationships and friendships that last over the years.
Great.
Yeah.
So how do we get a hold of Triple T if we've got an HVAC or a plumbing issue we need dealt with here in Spanish Fork?
Yeah, no problem. Well, you can look on the web for sure and look at our website. But we're just here in Spanish Fork. Phone number is 801-798-7711.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I know I've used you guys for plenty of jobs. And in fact, I had one of your plumbers in our house yesterday trying to fix one of our pipes, and he did a great job.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
You've got some great businesses, Aaron, yourself on Main Street.
Oh, thank you. We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. Great. So, hey, Brad, thanks for having the time to come here and talk with us on our show. And we really look look forward to having more episodes of this show and highlighting other businesses. And again, thank you so much for coming.
You're very welcome.
Thanks again. Coming up, we'll look at the calendar of activities this month and next month, and more Chamber Today after this short break. Welcome back. This has been a very informative episode, as well as a lot of fun. We look forward to bringing you Chamber Today every month. And speaking of the month, here's a list of activities for the month of May, sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. May 7th and 8th, we'll have our Freedom Walk for all Nebo School District 5th graders at the Sports Park. On May 8th, the Scholarship Golf Tournament with the Rotary Club is held at the Oaks Spanish Fork Golf Course. May 9th, our ribbon cutting for Teriyaki Madness at noon. The public is welcome. Please come on out. Great food. May 15th, noon networking lunch, the High Chaparral at noon. It's also free for your first visit, whether you're a Chamber member or not. The ribbon cutting on May 16th for Canyon Self-Storage at noon, and the public again is welcome to that. May 23rd, we're going to do the ribbon cutting for Jameson Homes at noon. The public is welcome again. June 1st, we have our 3rd annual Wolfsburg on Main in the park behind the library. It's going to be great. Lots of classic Volkswagens to look at. June 19th, noon networking lunch. That's going to be the HR consultant coming to talk to us about some best business practices. And again, it's free for first timers. That's at noon. And then June 20th, ribbon cutting for Ryan Mortgage Company. And that's in Payson at noon. Public is welcome. And I'd like to thank again our guests, Heather Yaud and Kari Malkovich from the Chamber of Commerce, Dave Anderson from Spanish Fork City, and Brad Tanner with Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Thanks also to the Chamber of Commerce and Spanish Fork City. We look forward to being with you again with a new edition of Chamber Today in June. Thanks for watching.